Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Daisy Empath Tarot channel. I'm so glad that you stopped in today. And I'm just gonna start out with the general reading, just kind of see what channeling I get today. So just so you're aware, and I say this in every video, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and discard the rest. If you are interested in a private reading, I have listed my email below. And also please like and subscribe, and then any comments are just greatly appreciated as to what resonated with you in this, or any ideas for other readings that you would like today. So today I am asking Spirit, we're gonna do the angel cards to start with, and then our romance angel cards. So Spirit, what would you have for the collective today? And Spirit, what would you have for the collective today? Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna stop right there. So I'm getting a strong feeling some of you are just going through some situations where you've been feeling isolated and alone and not understood and just not accepted. It's almost a feeling of you feel like you're just being tolerated. And I believe that the angels are saying today, it says, thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. They're just saying pay attention to animals that may cross your path. This could be birds. This could be, I just thought squirrels. Somebody needs to hear squirrels. Possibly pets that you already have. But when we have those times of being lonely and isolated, the angels kind of remind us through pets or through other animals that we are not alone. We are not alone. You're never alone. So really pay attention to that now. Some of you live places where it's snowing, so you may not see as many animals this time of year, but there will be. And see, that's what Spirit's saying is pay attention to that, for that unusual thing you might see in areas that don't typically have that. And that's just a reminder to you that you're not alone, and just really slowing down and looking at that, stepping outside and looking at nature and the connections that we have. And if you currently have a pet, just really paying attention to them and what they communicate to you, because they can communicate to you. Angels and Spirit can communicate to you through animals. I personally see a lot of cardinals. If any of you have seen cardinals, that's also a sign from Spirit, especially, if any of you have lost a loved one and you're really lonely and missing them, the angels and Spirit can communicate with you through animals. So just pay attention to that. Also looks like there's a change in transition coming. And it says, thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. So some of you may be feeling lonely, but you're scared to put yourself out there. I don't know, I just get this feeling that there's some of you that have been isolated. Again, I'm getting that feeling. The isolation has taken its toll on you, and you're kind of being, I don't know about this word, antisocial is what I'm getting. So you're afraid to make that change. You're afraid to step out, to maybe reach out and have coffee with a friend, or reach out to a family member to just kind of chat. And so what the angels are saying is that they will help you to feel safe through this transition of going from that lonely feeling to maybe a little bit more social. And you don't have to be. A lot of you could be introverts, and it makes it difficult. So you have like a time limit of how long you want to be around people. But if you call upon angels and the Spirit, to just help give you peace in those situations. And then also thank them. Remember to thank them. Always remember to thank them. They will help you have that feeling of peace in those situations. It also helps to know yourself a little more and not to put yourself through things that are unnecessary to make other people happy. To be yourself and know that, and then, you know, that's another way that angels can guide you, is to really coming into who you are. The inner voice, I get this one quite a bit. So pay attention to that inner voice. You know, you're going to be looking at possibly animals around you, but also your inner voice. And again, to access that inner voice, we need to get quiet. And a lot of times we have so many things going around us. And some of you, I'm getting, are actually lonely but surrounded by people. Yes, lonely but surrounded by people, and that is very possible. You can feel more alone when you're around people than when you are by yourself. And so this message today is to, you know, get quiet, step outside, feel safe, go to your safe place. And if you don't have a safe place, there's lots of meditations on YouTube that you can watch to help you to relax your mind and go into a safe place that you can visualize. If you can't visualize, then, you know, there's a lot of different meditations just to help you breathe. But listening to that inner voice and what we call ego can be very loud. It can have extreme fear with it, paralyzing anxiety, that type of thing, whereas our inner voice, our intuition is quiet. So hearing that, getting those answers through that, it requires quietness. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, there's a lot of YouTube videos, meditations out there that can help just really access that quiet space for you, or that safe space. So now, with that being said, some of you are in relationships, and that feeling of being lonely but being surrounded by people can be quite debilitating. So we're going to go ahead off this reading with this today. And for those of you that are currently in a relationship, or you're wondering about a relationship, or you've just recently ended one, I'm going to get a couple of relationship cards here just to kind of expand on this today. And there's somebody that's out there that possibly recently had a divorce. And sometimes we need answers, or we want answers in order to have a resolution. And if you've been in a situation where you were misled or lied to, or, you know, cheated on, and you're still going in and blaming yourself. Wow. Okay, and this is the one I pulled here. Making sure you can see that. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Very true. So those of you moving on from a relationship, or even if you're in one, to forgive. And in order to forgive, sometimes it begins with forgiving ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for not having enough self-love to realize that other people's actions are their actions, and not because of us, not because we're not good enough, not because we didn't do enough, but because the other person chose their actions. And so forgiving yourself for feeling that way, or not for feeling, but for putting yourself in that situation in the first place of just taking all the blame. That's for somebody out there. Also, you know, forgiving the other person. Now, some of you are not in that space right now, and that's totally okay. It's totally okay. Forgiveness for some people cannot be, that's just a word that they just want to run away from, because that could have been used. I'm getting somebody heard this word forgive forgive, forgive, forgive over and over again, and they put up with it over and over and over again. So forgiveness to you, it actually makes you physically ill. It makes you feel like you just want to run the other way. That's not feasible for you right now. So whoever that's for, it's okay. Just start out with compassion for yourself and realizing that you're at that stage right now where you're not ready to forgive, and that's okay. Spirit's saying just have self-compassion. Have self-compassion. Don't blame yourself, and don't force yourself to do anything that's not there for you right now, okay? Codependency, yep. So some of you out there are in a relationship where you're codependent, or you're leaving a codependent relationship, and that's where it lies in. That all ties in with the change and transition of forgiving and learning. You can really take this card to be more of, rather than, because sometimes personally I don't like the word forgiving. I get the reason behind it, but for some of us, or those of you out there that are not ready to do that, looking at it as a learning experience. Like, what can I learn from this, rather than I have to forgive this person, I feel this anger, I can't move on, which can definitely go along lines of codependency. Codependency can create, trauma bonds. I don't know if many of you have heard that. That's a whole different thing, but codependency, for those of you that don't know it, it's actually it's an addiction to pleasing other people. So in order to move past this that you're in, the state that you're in, you have to realize what it is, first of all, and then you can go back and learn from it and realize, wow, what wasn't healed in me, or what was I seeking out from this other person that made me feel so bad that I felt like I had to keep pleasing them in order to feel good about me. Because what Spirit is saying is, you right now, where you are at, you are beautiful. Your spirit's beautiful. If you're angry right now, if you're sad right now, if you're happy right now, it doesn't matter. Right at this very moment, you are you, and that is okay wherever you're at. So for those of you that are going through this right now, or that have left and have learned and you can relate, you get it. It's so hard when you're in the middle of it, because you feel this constant back and forth, but you don't really, your brain kind of just focuses on the good and is not able to see. You see both, but you just don't get it. So just continue to look at each situation and circumstance that comes up as you are learning. This is a learning. What am I learning from this? What do I need to give myself right now? What do I need to do for myself that person is not? Yep. Somebody really needs to know this today. Somebody needs to know that you deserve love. You are really feeling like you don't deserve love. I don't know who it is, but Spirit and angels want to tell you, you are lovable. You are lovable. And this current situation, what I'm showing is, it's a codependent situation, either current, past, or present. And you need to start realizing that you are lovable. And the more that you work on yourself, and each time situations come up where you don't feel good and you feel like you're changing who you are for somebody else, that's when you need to go in and say, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? What is missing for me? What am I seeking out in this other person that I can fill in myself? What is it? And so you stop and you go in. You go in and you figure that out. But yeah, the angels and Spirit want you to know you deserve love. And some of you watching feel like you have never been loved in your life. You feel like you are so unlovable and you've never been loved, and I'm feeling this emotion coming up. Somebody really feels like that right now. And that is not true at all. We are all unique, and that feeling unlovable is what Spirit wants you to go in and work on. And I hear all these cliches, go love yourself, love yourself, but some people don't understand how to do that. And the way to start is when these feelings come up, if they're desperate feelings of anxiety, wanting to have that significant other in your life or other people fill this need of loneliness and emptiness, when you go in and you figure out how you can fill that yourself. How do you fill that yourself? Say, example, you want your significant other to take you out somewhere, or just ask you, or be involved with your life, ask how you are doing. So you can sit down and write out, if you like to write, if you have a computer and you want to type, write out a letter to yourself saying how you are today. This is how I am today. And tell yourself that you're lovable. It may seem funny or kind of strange, but it takes away that desperate feeling at the moment of not feeling lovable or not getting what you need out of a relationship. And the more you do this, the more you love yourself, the more you're going to see that this situation or relationship is maybe not what's best for you. So yeah, that's specifically for somebody out there. You are very down about yourself. You're not feeling good about yourself at all. But you're gonna come into that space where you do love yourself, and then you're gonna see this situation in a different light. So just keep that, take it moment by moment, Spirit's saying, moment by moment. Don't put any pressure on yourself right now, because you already feel, I feel the pressure. I feel a strong pressure, and you're feeling a pressure to change yourself as it is. So don't think of it as changing yourself. Think of it as loving yourself. So I want to get one final card. I like to end readings on a positive note, but it is going to be positive. In the interim, it might be, with emotions that come up, it might be scary, it might be difficult, but yep, I mean, what Spirit is saying is you're going to be safe through this transition. Somebody needs to hear that. You're going to be safe. It doesn't maybe feel like it currently, but you will be safe and you will get through this. Yep, and I see, I'm pulling this card, somebody is trying to make a decision right now on whether to stay or to go, or what's out there. So I want to ask Spirit, what is the outcome of this situation for our viewer? Okay, and bottom of the deck. So this tells me, this has to do with somebody offering wisdom and guidance. It's a feminine energy, so somebody has a feminine energy in their life or coming into their life that's going to offer you guidance. Or those of you watching, you may know already who this person is. If you are feeling stuck in this for some reason, like you feel like you can't support yourself, there is a woman, and maybe, and like I said, it's not for everybody, a woman currently in your life, or somebody you know, or somebody that's going to enter your life after you begin to put yourself out there, put yourself out there. And don't be afraid to ask for help. If that's where this leads, it's okay. There's many people out there that have gone through those situations, and yeah. And through all this, on the other side, there will be many blessings. I know that light's kind of, many blessings, many blessings. The light at the end of the tunnel for you. So I like that card to finish with. I think that's a very positive card. And just know that you are safe. You are protected. You are watched over. You are lovable. You deserve love. This is not the end of the road. You can make that choice. For those of you that need to make that choice, it's okay. You can make that choice. Not everything is perfect. Life isn't perfect. But the beauty of coming into knowing who you are and not what you can do for everybody else is so magnificent that once that happens for you, and I do believe everybody watching that will happen for you, there's no turning back from that. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this resonated with you, again, please make a comment down below. Like and subscribe to my channel. And like I said, if you're interested in a reading, that is in the description. My email is. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.